How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the lair, and today I have a very spicy, very competitive deck that I'm very proud of. It's been doing very well, and anyways, without further ado, I call this Pestilent Preypiercer. I opened up a couple copies of OBOSH the Preypiercer, and I just really wanted to make this work. I think it's going to be a really nutty card in Standard. So getting into it, obviously our companion is going to be OBOSH the Preypiercer for 3 colorless, and any combination of either 2 swamp or 2 mountain. 3/5 companion, which he is a companion in our deck. Your starting deck contains only cards with odd converted mana cost and land cards. If a source you control with an odd converted mana cost would deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. So we are following the rules to make him our companion. Onto our 1-drops, I have 4 copies of Gutter Bones for 1 swamp. 2/1 Gutter Bones enters the battlefield tapped. We can pay 1 and a swamp and return Gutter Bones from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only during your turn and only if an opponent lost life this turn. 4 copies of Shock for 1 mountain. Instant Shock deals 2 damage to any target. Skipping the 2 onto the 3-drops, 4 Pestilent Spirits. I got this card many sets ago, and I just really wanted to make it work in a shell of a deck, and I just really couldn't find a place for it, but I think you'll agree that this is some pretty nasty shit. Anyways, for 2 colorless, 1 swamp, 3/2 Menace, Death Touch. Instant and sorcery spells you control have Death Touch. 2 Mecha Godzilla, the weapon for 3 colorless. It's actually the Crystalline Giant artifact creature, but I have the alternate art on there. So 3/3. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose a kind of counter at random that Crystalline Giant doesn't have on it from among flying, first strike, death touch, hexproof, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, vigilance, and a 1/1 counter. And then put that kind of counter onto Crystalline Giant. 4 copies of Fateful End for 2 colorless, 1 mountain. Fateful End deals 3 damage to any target, and we can scry 1. Risk Factor, 2 colorless, 1 mountain, instant. Target opponent may have Risk Factor deal 4 damage to them. If that player doesn't, you draw 3 cards, and then we can jumpstart it from our graveyard. 4 copies of Slaying Fire for 2 colorless and 1 mountain. Slaying Fire deals 3 damage to any target, and Adamant, if at least 3 red mana was spent to cast this spell, it deals 4 damage instead. 4 copies of Chandra, Acolyte of the Flame for 1 colorless and 2 mountains. She starts off with 4 loyalty. 0, put a loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. Additional 0 ability, create 2 1/1 red elemental creature tokens. They gain haste, sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. And then the -2, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. And then 4 copies of Mizium Tank, 1 colorless, 2 mountains, 3/2 trample. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Mizium Tank becomes an artifact creature and gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. And then we can crew it for 1 as well. And then I have just 1 additional copy of OBOSH the Preypiercer in the deck in case this one gets picked off. Getting onto the mana base, I'm running 5 swamps, 9 mountains, 4 blood crypts, 4 Temple of Malice, and 3 Fabled Passage. So the basic idea behind this deck, obviously, is it's mainly a burn. But if we have a Pestilent Spirit out, our instants and sorceries also have Death Touch. We have Risk Factor for card draw, and then we have Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, to recur any threats that we might want to bring back any of our instant or sorcery spells. And then Mizium Tank for added pressure. He sits on the side most of the time. He's very hard to target, especially if the person doesn't have an artifact removal. And then if we get an OBOSH on the field, all of this is doing double damage. So our Pestilent Spirit attacks for 6 damage. He has Menace and Death Touch. All of our other spells are hitting for double. 6 damage for 3. I mean, it's just nutty. So the converted mana cost is 2.6. I'm running 11 creatures, and I'm running 25 lands. Let's hop into some games and see how we do. As always, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It's free, and it helps the channel out so much. And we'll hop right into it. We're going to go into standard rank best of 1. Suicidal Wombat. Wow. Alright, so opening hand here, I've got a 4-lander, I've got some Scry action, Pestilent Spirit. I guess we keep this. I'm going to lead off with the Temple here. Another land. Don't want any more land. Flash. So many different Simic shells at the moment. I just like trying different stuff, new stuff. I don't like to play the meta. Okay, so we're gonna lead off with a mountain. Play our Museum tank since we're not under threat at the moment. If you control a Jace, spins over, you draw 3 cards. Well, I guess we Temple with the Malice here. Please, no more lands. I guess it was a mistake keeping the 3-lander. I think I just play out the Pestilent Spirit here. And then we will crew for 1 and go ahead and smack them. About OBOSH time. I like to wait because I don't. So here I think we play Mountain. And we're going to Slaying Fire with the Adamant. Museum tank comes on board. Double attack. There's another Growth Spiral. And another Jace Triumph. You can see a Agent of Treachery here. I think we just go ahead and play OBOSH now. And we will crew with OBOSH. Now, these guys do 6, and then we finish him off. Unless he has a counter spell, opponent's dead in the water. And it's just that easy. Got him. Yeah, I was kind of tired of getting my ass kicked the last couple days. I was experimenting with just some really fun stuff. So I decided to make something a little bit more competitive today. But yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's really nasty. Also, please, if you see a misplay or you want to talk about strategy or anything, if you're watching, please comment. I always read all the comments and I try to respond if possible. Okay. Lutri, the Spell Chaser. Cool. So we have a 3-lander here. I've got the Preypiercer. We're gonna keep this. What does this guy do? Flash. Each non-land card in your starting deck has a different name. When Lutri, the Spell Chaser enters the battlefield, if you cast a copy target instant spell you control, you may choose new targets. Okay, so we will definitely be starting off with the Temple of Malice here. We pick up another Mecha Godzilla, I mean, I guess, right? Well, I think here I just play Blood Crypt Tap and we leave open the shock. Next turn we can start playing our Mecha Godzillas. Is this counter spell? Deer Kraken. Okay. Alright, so what's the move here? Do I play Pestilent Spirit into a shock? Opponent looks like he's on Izzet, so he could very easily... Yeah. Do I? Yeah. I'm going to play out the Pestilent Spirit. I only have 2 of the Mecha Godzillas, so I want to reserve that, and I don't have any way of reanimating from the grave. So if our Pestilent Spirit lives, I can shock... Believe it or not, this is the biggest threat because we can always just chump block and kill this because he has Death Touch, and I don't want him. Yeah, we're gonna shock the Iron Crag, and then we're gonna play a Mecha. Okay, no attacks. Playing some deck the other day on the ladder. It was like I think it was like white and blue artifacts, running 4 copies of this, because the thing is, this isn't a legendary, and if you can get hexproof on here and just start dumping counters, it's just retarded, absolutely retarded. And obviously every turn that this goes on, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. What's the move here? I think we get out a Mizium tank. And I think we pass. So now he has Death Touch and Menace. I'm not 100% sure what the opponent's doing. Maybe he's timing out. I just realized the opponent's name's Taco Truck. It's funny. Sure. There's our land. Pay 2. We're going to play OBOSH. I'm going to play him because I have another one in the backup. I think the opponent's MIA here. Seems like one of the more difficult companions to run. I have, this is actually, excuse me, this is actually the first match that I've ever come into contact. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna crew the Mizium and just get something in there. So now he has Death Touch, Menace, and a 1/1 counter. So I'm just gonna go in with the Mizium tank. Okay, he didn't even block. I think my opponent's given up. Feels bad. Oh, is he back? No, that was just me highlighting the card. Yeah, like I said, this card is, as a companion, is just seems very difficult to build around. So you're basically playing like a brawl style deck in standard best of one. I don't know how competitive that could be. Alright, I think the opponent's just sandbagging here, unfortunately. Got him. Feels good to actually be moving up the ladder. Opponent's Milza 92, Luca Avatar. Alright, we got a 3-lander here. I've got some scry action. Got some early control, Mechagodzilla. Risk for this looks great. I'm gonna keep this. I'll be leading off with the Temple. Gutterbones is nice. Doing a lot of chump blocking here. Opponent has Lurrus of the Dream Den as his companion. I did quite a bit of experimenting with this card. Dies, it deals 2 damage. Okay. What's the move here? I think I play Blood Crypt tapped, Gutterbones. If we have an Obosh, he does 4 damage, and we can reoccur that from the graveyard. I try to balance the deck out. Not heavy creature. I think I'm running like 11 or something in this deck. Whisper Squad, huh? Alright, well. I think we play Pestilent Spirit and just go in here. Let's see if the opponent plays Lurrus right away. It's running black and red. Could see a Dreadhorde Butcher here. I feel like Rakdos colors is probably the most competitive with this particular companion. So he gets added value when this creature dies. But I think here I play Mechagodzilla, and we just hold up the blocks. I fucking love this card, man. It's just so nasty. I definitely want to build a mutate deck revolving around this card because it's just so good. There's the Dreadhorde Butcher. Come in. Come on in. I gotcha. Thing is, with this deck, you just have to pay attention to the scaling, and claim the firstborn. Oh, he could be running like a cat oven. Cool. All right, so first things first. We definitely want to kill this thing. And let's just do a risk factor. Let's just get that in there. I wish you could death touch your opponent, right? Wouldn't that shit be funny? Death touch. Shock, you're dead. Alright. Opponent wants us to draw cards. Now we have a Trample Menace 3/3. So I will not be attacking in here because the opponent obviously has a shitload of... Just waiting for him to play this so I can kill it. Boost it buff. We'll definitely be killing this. Opponent's in a predicament here. This is what I found, especially on the ladder. You just really put it on the battlefield tap. Okay, I'm not really worried about that. Because we're about to start going off here with OBOSH. Really? Really? Opponent felt like he was getting a little frisky there. Yeah, I think it's OBOSH time. Yep. Now he's Trample Menace Hexproof. No attacks. Opponent can now activate Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Myers Grasp would be... Sacrifice a creature. I think I'll unfortunately be sacrificing Mechagodzilla. He's done now, because I'm just gonna start fucking going off with all this. Why not? Alright. You're dead. So I play Mountain. Let's go ahead and get a Gutter Bones. Shock you. And then I feel like I hold up because he's gonna have to play Lurrus. 3. Yeah. That's it. As soon as he plays Lurrus, I'll kill it. Yeah, I think we're gonna need some chump blockers. Did we lose here? Wow, that's the first time I've actually seen that deck work. I think that might have been Kropsky Krokski's version. But, wow. Opponent got lucky. Let's definitely hop into another one. Just really enjoying this deck. Especially, you know, in this current state of the standard. Opponent Royalty. Wow. Alright, we got a 2-lander here, another Lurrus. 2-lander with Shock. Shit, Chandra, I forgot that was in the deck. I don't know if I can keep this. I'm gonna mulligan. I guess. So I'm gonna return a Mizium. And we're gonna go ahead and Fabled Passage for a Swamp. Maybe. Alright. If I don't draw another land, I'll be Fabled Passage again. Alright, Temple. So you play the Temple. Pick up another Fabled Passage. I think I need... Puts me at 4. I think I need more action. So I'm going to bottom that. Appears to be the same deck that we just played. Yeah, I think this is the Krokski's version of this deck that's been going around. Yeah. I'm going to discard Risk Factor because we can just recast it from the graveyard. Here we play the Mountain because I want to pay Fabled Passage on the 4th land, so it comes into play untapped. And I think, honestly, I think we just set up. I'm going to go ahead and play out the Music Tank, and we can just start going off. There's a bunch of Revolving Wilds. So, we will be playing our Fabled Passage. I think I'm gonna search up... I think I search up a Mountain here because we have majority red in this deck. So I'm gonna search up a Mountain here. And then... what's the move? I think I do... Pestilent Spirit, Shock the Priest, activate Minium, smack him in the face. Thanks. End the turn. Next turn will be Obosh, and we're going to start destroying. He plays Lurrus, kill him. Opponent doesn't have enough yet. Opponent's playing a Witch's Oven. Could see a claim the Firstborn here. And then sacrifice it to the Witch's Oven, which is fine. Yeah. I wonder if I... yeah, I guess that doesn't really matter. I'm gonna crew anyways, just in case. I'm gonna hold it blocks. Oh, he comes into play untap that creature. Okay. Well. He's gonna be sacrificing to the oven anyway. Wait. My guy came into play tap? Not 100% sold on that last play. Okay, well. What's the move here? Let's just get a lot here. I'm gonna crew with Obosh. Now this will do 6. And that's all she wrote. Opponent does have enough to play Kroxa, but I will be intrigued here. If he plays Luros, he'll have 2 available, and then he can recast his Priest, but then I'll just kill it. Or if he plays Luros, I'll kill it. He plays Luros, okay. Hopefully it was worth it. He loses out on the Kroxa. Can no longer cast that. Rick Samadhi Ruffler. Hopefully we draw a land here. Opponent's going for 1 damage. I don't know if that was the right move, because I'll definitely be coming in. Ooh, look at that, Slaying Fire. So I think here is... yeah, he's dead. To the face. Yeah, it's just that easy. This deck is so nasty, man. It's just so nasty. The value you get from just doubling all these instant speed. Got him! Opponent's tapped out. He can't activate his food. Yep. Just like that. Like I said, this is a... I mean, I have to be honest, I'm very even surprised that the last opponent even beat us. Because I have the same shell, and I just found that I was just getting crushed by control. Even these like new mutate decks, the creatures just get out of hand so fast that it's just really hard to keep up. But yeah, man, I'm really in love with this deck. Really having a good time with it. Alright, got an opening hand here. We've got a Gutterbone, Faithful End. Looks good. Since we don't have a 2-drop, I'm actually going to lead off with this Swamp right here. And Gutterbones. Just such an extreme value from this particular set of cards with OBOSH. It's just so much fun. Let's see what the opponent plays here. Opponent cycling the Titanoth Rex. So now I will be playing the Temple Risk Factor. That's always nice. We do have 4 lands, so I'm going to keep that, and I just smack the face. There's a Leyline Prowler. So we definitely play the Blood Crypt. I'm gonna have that go into play tapped. I'm gonna go ahead and attack in here. Smart move. Okay, we'll save that until we activate OBOSH. Also, we'll have a Slaying Fire available. Bond of Revival. Holy fuck. Wait a second. What turn is this? 4? Wow. That's new. I've never seen that before. Well, I'd like to see a Pestilent Spirit here. Very interesting. So here we play Mountain. Yeah, I mean... Trambles. Man, no good game there, man. No good game there. See, the Reanimator style decks, I can't really get behind. Just like I can't get behind mono red. It's just when they work, but I don't know, I just don't agree with it. With my deck, it's competitive, but I have to get to that 5th land drop to be able to play OBOSH before I can start going off. That resurrecting some bullshit on turn 2, I don't know, it just seems, it doesn't seem very fun here. So we have no Scry land. I do have... this hand is tempting, but I think I'm going to mulligan here. And that's even shittier. Alright. So... mulligan? Okay. So we keep this. I drop 1 mountain. And what's better here? I think I dropped the Slaying Fire because we don't have 3 red sources. Yeah, so I'm gonna drop the Slaying Fire. On Izzet, so I'm gonna start off with the Blood Crypt. Is it Flash? Here, I'm gonna play the Mountain. Let me just leave a shock. Sea Dash or Octopus Swimming Flash. No, this was... unfortunately, I won't be looking too long. Here I'm gonna play out Missing Tank. Just go off. Cycling. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and have a risk factor. Activate our Museum Tank. Opponent's probably gonna take the 4 to the face. And OBOSH next turn, and it's just that easy. Most of the time. Smack him in the face. Yep. If we draw a land next turn, okay. Just quit. Feels good. Excuse me for just one moment. I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Hop into another one. Opponent is Bui Do Magic. Buiyu Do Magic. Alright, we got a 4-lander here. Gutter Bones, Chandra, looks fantastic. Definitely be keeping this. I'm gonna shock in the Blood Crypt so we can get the Gutter Bones on the board. Yep. Okay, pick up a blood crypt. Yeah, I guess put that in play tap smack. Well, next turn at least we can start going off with some of this. Let's see what he chooses. Is this a flash? He's in Bant color. No Modi's pro. Okay. Bant ramp. Well, I'm gonna play the mountain here, Chandra.
I've learned a bunch of new burn spells.
Smack them.
They're so cute.
Got a nice flow here. Could see it to fairy here. Modi's. Pick up a Mizium tank, that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and play out the Fabled Passage here. I'm gonna go ahead and search for. I think we just take another mountain. Yes. Right. All right. So, what's the move here? Let's go ahead and get the Mizium tank going. And
Say hi to my fiery friends.
keep smacking them. Opponent's gonna be shit out of luck here in a minute. Now, I haven't had the opportunity to have a Chandra on the board with an Obosh. I'm curious because his ability says odd numbered sources deal double damage. So I'm wondering. So Chandra is an odd number, right? And then when I create the elementals, they're technically odd as well, right? So shouldn't they do double damage as well? We will see. Yeah, fucked up there. Definitely gonna be taking that shit down. Pick up another Fabled Passage, that's great. This time I will be searching for a swamp. We have plenty of mountains in our hand. Yep. Okay. What's the move here? I think... I think the move is Obosh. And then we crew the Obosh. And then we create two. Now this is the question. Do these elementals do 2 each? That'd be fantastic. Let's see. That's 4, that's 6. These only do still do 1. So I guess it's the source card. But the opponent's gonna be shit out of luck here. Also, it's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough to double kill the Archon. Definitely interested in getting the Archon off the board. If he attacks my Chandra, he's dead. He does not, smart man. Alright, so I'm gonna play a mountain here. And I'm gonna shock. I don't need another mountain. And shock him. Obosh, fantastic. And
Hey, you guys are great.
Sounds great to me. Compounding some type of life or something. He's one off from resurrecting his Archon. Yeah, he's in a predicament. That's for sure. assuming he's going to be playing Euro here. No Euro here. What? Oh, dang it, man. Dang it. Well, as you can see, this deck is very fun, very spicy, and very competitive. I hope you enjoyed. And like I said, if you have any comments or if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It's free and helps the channel out so much. And like I said, I try and put out content daily, different stuff from all across the board. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.